Kareem. So we were discussing uh, here that what had happened was that Musa alayhi salam was sent to Fir'aun, and Fir'aun, he thought he thought that he is the God, maybe not even literally or figuratively, whatever. And now here Musa alayhi salam came and said, look, I am the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I've been sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he was now shocked up because he was challenged. So he said, okay, you say you are sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Give us some proof. Give us some proof to say that you have been sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Nabi Musa alayhi salam, he then threw his staff and that turned into a snake, right? And then, according to the riwayat here, the snake went for Fir'aun. And now Fir'aun was challenged because before that, he was like, so to say, the undisputed king, the ruler. He enslaved the Bani Israel. Eventually, he to implore Musa alayhi salam to call back the snake. And then the other miracle was Yadul Bayda, that Musa alayhi salam put his hand under his arm and it came out shining and bright. So interesting thing is that yeah, they said, قال الملأ من قوم فرعون إن هذا لساحر عليم. That what they realized and saw that this is not our ordinary sorcery, because sorcery or magic and sihr was prevalent at that point in time, right? But they could recognize and see this is not ordinary magic. This is something. So while they didn't want to accept it is from Allah Ta'ala, but they were forced into constraint to say it is something different, right? And then we also discussed, remember, we discussed in detail the difference between a miracle and the difference between magic. Even today, you get what you say, the sahirin, the jadoo people, what we call magicians. They do sihr on a person, all that type of thing. Two differences, two, three differences we discussed, that magic is done from dirty people that are in the physically dirty, people are spiritually dirty, and miracles are done by people who are physically clean and spiritually clean. And the other thing, this is the critical one. We say miracles are something which are ma fawqa asbab. It doesn't follow the normal pattern of cause and effect. So in other words, when Allah Ta'ala makes something happen, it doesn't follow the normal pattern like how in the dunya the pattern is the knife cuts, the water drowns, the fire burns. When a miracle happens, it doesn't follow the normal pattern. It is against the normal pattern nature of law, against the normal law of nature, right? That is miracles. But if you look at sihr, if you look at sihr, then it has a cause. It also follows under cause and effect, but you don't see the what you call it. You don't see the cause of it. The cause is hidden. Are you with me? The cause is hidden. You don't see the cause. The cause is hidden, but there is a normal cause of it, right? So that was the difference. So anyway, they thought now that Musa alayhi salam had come with the agenda, that his real reason wasn't just to convey the message, but maybe he wanted to take control of the land, of the Coptics, etc. So yeah, they came up with a plan. Read the next verse, inshallah. Right, they said, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. قالوا أرجه وأخاه وأرسل في المدائن حاشرين. They said, leave him and his brother alone for a while and send men to the cities to collect. In other words, we got no answer for him right now. So when you face with a challenge, you got no answer. Let's just wait a bit. Let's leave him. Let's see what we can do. We can try to find all the sorcerers. So these verses narrate the remaining part of the story of Musa alayhi salam. Seeing these wonders of staves turning into serpents and making his hand emitting strong white light, The Pharaoh should have been convinced and believed in Musa alayhi salam as as the logic and sense demanded. So logically, what is he supposed to do? He's supposed to accept that this is not an ordinary person. This is a divinely sent person. But unfortunately, he was holding on. He wanted to hold on to his kingdom. He wanted to hold on to his power. He was not ready to let go. He was not ready to let go. So, but it is the common practice of the wrongdoers to always seek false interpretation of the truth in order to conceal it. So, this is the common practice of people when the truth stares in them in the face. The truth stares them in the face, but they're not ready to accept it. They're not ready to accept it. So, the right thing is when the truth comes in front of you, you should accept it open heartedly. You should accept it and not always try to make an interpretation and look for a reason not to accept it. So, this is the sunnah of the Zalimeen. This is the sunnah of the oppressors. That despite the truth staring you straight in the face, you don't want to accept it. Are you guys with me so far? Right. So, but it's a common practice of the wrongdoers that they always seek false interpretation of the truth in order to conceal it. Voilà. Right. The Pharaoh and his people belied him instead and said to the people, "This is a great sorcerer, and he wanted to expel them from their homes and take over the rule of the country." So he had come sincerely from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with a message. He had no agendas. He wanted to establish the law of Allah Ta'ala, Tawheed, Risalat, etc., etc. But what they said, no, he got the agenda. He's after our land. He's after our power. So sometimes the ulama, when they speak to the people, they are sincere. They come purely with the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this is how it's supposed to be done. They say, no, this person is jealous of us. Why is he telling us this? Why is he telling us that? Why do you want to stop us from doing this? Why do you want to stop our fun, etc.? Something similar. Something similar. So he's a magician. He wants to take control of our land. So he's أرجه وأخاه وأرسل في المدائن حاشرين يأتوك بكل ساحر عليم. Leave him and his brother alone for a while and send men to the cities to collect and bring you every expert sorcerer. So they said, now we must get our sorcerers, we must get our magicians, and we must counter his magic. The people of the Pharaoh said that there were many expert sorcerers in the cities who were capable of defeating Musa alayhi salam. So soldiers should be sent to collect and bring sorcerers for this purpose, for the purpose of sorcery and magic. Being the custom of the day, because at that point in time, in Musa alayhi salam's time, magic, sorcery was a big thing. People were impressed with it. Every epoch and age, you find things that are all the rage. Like now, what is the rage at the moment? AI, artificial intelligence. Everybody's speaking about it. Everybody's excited about it. So, like that, through the ages, different sciences at different times, it was introduced to mankind by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who give mankind the intelligence. Allah Ta'ala give mankind the intelligence. When the time was light, Allah Ta'ala inspired them, and they do that. Remember, what was the origins of sorcery and magic? It was Harut and Marut. They brought it, right? Remember? وَمَا يُعَلِّمَ What is verse? Did they not teach فَلَا تَكْفُرْ فَإِنَّمَا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ فِتْنَةٌ فَلَا تَكْفُرْ. So Allah Ta'ala, like that, He introduced the different sciences to the earth at the different times. Uh, for people to use and not abuse. So at the time of Musa alayhi salam, this magic was something that was very, very rife, and people were impressed with it. And normally, if you look, you follow the pattern, Allah Ta'ala would send a Nabi, and he would be proficient in the thing that the people were impressed with in that point in time. So at this point in time, people were impressed with what? With magic and sorcery. So that's why Musa alayhi salam came with miracles to counter, to neutralize it. But they thought they can use magic and sorcery to counter the miracles of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which was obviously impossible. Which was obviously impossible. So Allah Ta'ala sent Musa alayhi salam with the miracles of the staff and the white left hand so that people may clearly observe the misery of the sorcerers after entering to a contest with Musa. It is the usual practice of Allah Ta'ala that He sends His prophets with miracles that are appropriate to the demand of the time. Allah Ta'ala sends people with miracles that are appropriate to the time. I told you this earlier, right? Isa alayhi salam, we say Jesus alayhi salam. Greek philosophy and medical science were at their zenith. When he came, philosophy and medicine, that's why he was وَتُبْرِئُ الْأَكْمَهَ وَالْأَبْرَصَ وَتُحْيِي الْمَوْتَ بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ, that you cured the leper, you cured the sick, you gave life to the dead, you made the bird fly, all that type of thing, right? So if you want to be relevant, you have to be moved with the times of your people. As an alim, you must know what is happening. Man jahila zama, what is something Man jahila zamani fawa jahil. That person who don't know what's happening around him, it is a jahil. So you have to know what is happening. So he sends his prophets with miracles that are appropriate to the man of the time. For instance, in the time of the Prophet Isa alayhi salam, Greek philosophy and medical sciences were at the zenith. He was therefore sent with the miraculous powers of restoring the sight of those who were blind and cure the lepers instantly with a touch of his hand. In the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Arabs were boastful of the oratory and linguistic capabilities. The Quran was sent as the greatest miracle. So when Nabi Sallallahu was sent, um, right, when the Prophet was sent, the Arabs were very boastful. They took pride in their great poetry. And yeah, Nabi Sallallahu came and he with this miraculous Quran and he was able to outdo them. So this was the sunnah of Allah Ta'ala. Anyway, read the next verse, inshallah. Read it. قالوا أرجه أرجها يرجه أرجه. Yeah, they said now they had no answers now. They couldn't count him because they were awestruck by this great serpent. قالوا أرجه وأخاه أرجه. Grant respite to him وأخاه and his brother Harun. وأرسل في المدائن حاشرين يأتوك بكل ساحر أليم. Send into the towns your gatherers, your scouters, your reconnaissance men. يأتوك بكل ساحر أليم. Let they come with all the knowledgeable sorcerers, magicians. We're going to try to overpower Musa alayhi salam. We're going to try to nullify his miracles. Read. Yeah. Akhir, akhir. Leave him so long. Leave him. Don't do anything. Leave him. Let him carry on. Right? We're not ready for him as yet. We're not ready. Let us prepare our defenses first. Right? Carry on. But yeah, bas who? Let's hold him. Qatala means let's hold him. Let's impress him. That's what it means, right? Right. So arsil, if send fil madaini in the cities, ay fil aqalimi wa madaini mulki, to the different corners of the kingdom. Let's go to the different aqalim. Normally translates continents, right? But here doesn't mean continent, but the different parts of the land, right? Hashirin, gatherers, scouters, right? Ma yahshuru laka saharata. That person will gather up and he will bring all the magicians, right? Min sa'iril biladi, right? From all the lands. Wa yujmi'u means gather them. Let's bring the best sorcerers. Let's bring the best brains on board. And now we're going to use this to counter Musa alayhi salam, right? Yeah. وقد كان السحر في زمان غالبا كثيرا ظاهرا. In that time, magic, sorcery was very prevalent and it was very apparent, right? وَأَعْتَقَدَ مَنِ أَعْتَقَدَ مِنْهُمْ. And those who had faith in it, right? They had faith in this type of thing. They were impressed with it, right? Yeah. So see, وأوهم منهم أن ما جاء موسى به عليه السلام من قبيل ما تشعبذه سحرهم. So that which Musa alayhi salam came, it, it gave them the false pretense من قبيل ما تشبعه سحرهم. It is that which You check the meaning of tashbahu. Just check the meaning quickly there. They thought that this was from amongst the sihr. You got a dictionary there? Right. فلما جمعوا له السحرة ليعارضوه بنظير ما أراهم من البينات. So when they gathered for him السحرة, the sorcerers, ليعارضوه, so that he may oppose them بنظير ما أراهم, with the likeness of that which he showed them from the proofs, كما أخبر تعالى من أن فرعون حيث قال أجئتنا لتخرجنا من أرضنا بسحرك يا موسى. So they gathered now sorcery magicians to counter what Musa brought, because they thought it's also sorcery. And this expression, this was أجئتنا, did you come to us? لتخرجنا, so that you remove us من أرضنا, from our land, بسحرك, what your magic, O Musa. فَلَنَأْتِيَنَّكَ بِسِحْرٍ مِثْلِهِ, we're going to bring magic like this, and we're going to show you we can beat you. فَاجْعَلْ بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَكَ مَوْعِدًا, make between us and between you a fixed place. لَا نُخْلِفُ نَحْنُ, and we will not go against that. We will honor the appointment. لَا نَخْلُ وَلَا, and neither should you make for us مَكَانًا سَوَى, make a common place where we can meet and we can have the stand off with regards to our magic. So they wanted to counter him. You found the meaning of that? Right. How you read it? ما تشعبذه. So this is the ibarat like this. وأوهم منهم أن ما جاء موسى عليه السلام من قبيل ما تشعبذه سحرتهم. So it gave them the impression that what Musa alayhi salam came with is from the same type of uh, thing which they sihr, the sihr that they would practice upon it, right? They thought it's the same thing, but this was not the same thing. This was a miracle, and we discussed this here in detail earlier. What constitutes a miracle and what constitutes a sihr? Okay, we stop there. Next video is Ma'an Rashid. So same what you call it, the link, inshallah.